Commander Hansol Park stood at the window of Earth Defense Command, looking at the morning sky. It was supposed to be a normal day. Then the aliens arrived. The massive ships appeared without warning. They were black against the blue sky, each one bigger than the largest city on Earth. There were 50 of them. They'd moved into position around the planet like a net closing around a fish. "Commander, we're getting a transmission," said Lieutenant Jeho Kang. His voice was steady, but his hand shook slightly as he worked at his station. It's being broadcast to every device on Earth. The main screen lit up. The alien that appeared looked almost like a tall human, except for its silver skin and completely black eyes. It wore what seemed to be a formal uniform covered in strange symbols. "People of Earth," the alien said in perfect English, "I am High Overseer Cax of the Galactic Confederation. Your planet has caught our attention. We have been watching you for some time." Park felt his jaw tighten. Earth's sensors hadn't detected any alien observation. Either their technology was far behind, or the aliens were lying. Neither option was good. "Your species shows promise," Cax continued. "But you are young and dangerous. Your wars, your pollution, your rapid technological growth, all these things make you a threat to galactic peace." Dr. Yoon-ji Kim rushed into the command center. As Earth's leading expert on possible alien life, she had warned about this kind of first contact. Not everyone had listened. "The Galactic Confederation offers you protection and guidance," Cax said. "Accept our oversight, and we will help your species advance safely. Refuse, and we will be forced to take action to protect the galaxy from your unchecked development." The screen split to show the United Earth Council chamber, where representatives from all nations were gathering in emergency session. The council had been created 5 years ago to help humanity work together better. Now it faced its greatest test. "They're lying," Dr. Kim said quietly to Commander Park. "Look at their ship positions. Those aren't protection formations. They're attack positions." Park nodded. In 20 years of military service, he had learned to spot the difference between those who wanted to protect and those who wanted to control. "How long do we have?" he asked. "They've given us 6 Earth hours to accept their offer," Lieutenant Kang reported. The United Earth Council appeared on another screen. "Commander Park, Dr. Kim, we need you here immediately," said the council president. "And Commander, bring the defense plans." As they hurried to their transport, Park looked again at the alien ships. They were impressive, meant to frighten Earth into giving up. But he had studied enough history to know something important. When someone tries to scare you into surrendering, it often means they're afraid of what will happen if you fight back. "Dr. Kim," he said as they boarded the transport, "what do you know about their technology?" She smiled slightly. "Enough to know they've made a serious mistake. They think they're ready for anything we might do. They're wrong." The transport lifted off, racing toward the council chambers. Above them, the alien ships waited like storm clouds. They thought they were watching a primitive species about to surrender. They didn't know that humanity had learned long ago. Sometimes the best defense is to let your enemy think they have already won. In 6 hours, they would begin to understand why that was a mistake. Lieutenant Jeho Kang sat in the dimly lit intelligence center, surrounded by screens showing data from past alien communications. While the council debated upstairs, he had been given a different task: find out everything he could about these aliens. 5 hours remained until the deadline. "There's always a pattern," he muttered, watching as his computer systems analyzed thousands of signals the aliens had sent. They thought their communications were secure. They weren't. A red light flashed on his screen. His program had found something. "Captain Mayra Choi," he called through the secure line. "I need you to see this." The captain arrived quickly. She had been working on Earth's new defense systems in secret for the past 3 years. Now those systems might be their only hope. "Look at these signals," Kang said, pointing to his screen. "The aliens have done this before, many times. The data showed similar patterns across different star systems. The Confederation would arrive, offer protection, and then slowly take control. Worlds that accepted their offer lost everything. Worlds that fought back disappeared completely. But there's something else, he continued. Every time they attacked, they used the same strategies. They never changed their tactics. Never. Captain Choi smiled. That's exactly what we hoped for. She pressed a button on her tablet, showing him a different screen. While they watched us, we watched them too. And we built this. The screen showed a massive ship hidden inside an asteroid near Mars. It looked nothing like regular Earth ships. It was black, sleek, and carried weapons unlike anything Kang had seen before. The Determination, she said proudly. Our first true space battleship. We built it in secret, testing new technologies while letting them think we could barely reach our own moon. Kang's eyes widened. Does Commander Park know? He authorized it, along with 11 others like it. She checked her watch. They're moving into position now, hidden in the dark side of the moon. 4 hours remained. In another part of the facility, Dr. Yoon-ji Kim was making her own discovery. She had been studying the alien ship's energy readings, and something wasn't right. They're shields, she said to herself. They're not what they seem. She rushed to find Commander Park, who was just leaving the council chamber. Commander, she called out. Their defensive technology. It's all focused on stopping advanced weapons, high-energy beams, plasma, antimatter, but they've completely ignored simple kinetic weapons. Park understood immediately. The aliens were so proud of their advanced technology that they didn't consider primitive weapons a threat. It was exactly the weakness they needed. 3 hours remained. Admiral Do Hyun Lee's voice came through on the secure channel. The fleet is in position, he reported. All ships showing minimal power signatures. They still think we only have a few orbital defense platforms. Good, Park replied. Maintain position and wait for my signal. 2 hours remained. In the council chamber, the debate continued. Some wanted to accept the aliens' offer. Others wanted to fight immediately. But Park and his team had a different plan. They would wait. Let the aliens think their threats had worked. Let them believe Earth was divided and afraid. 1 hour remained. Captain Choi's voice came through. Determination and sister ships ready. Commander. All weapons systems green. Lieutenant Kang. All enemy communications intercepted and analyzed. We can predict their moves. Dr. Kim. Shield frequency analysis complete. We can hit them where they're weakest. Admiral Lee. Fleet standing by. They won't see us coming. Commander Park looked at the clock. Soon, the aliens would learn why it was a mistake to threaten Earth. But for now, they would wait. Sometimes, the greatest strength lies in letting your enemy think you have none at all. The United Earth Council sent its message to High Overseer Cax exactly 1 minute before the deadline. The message was simple. We need more time to consider your generous offer. Commander Park watched the main screen as Cax received the message. The alien leader's silver face showed no emotion, but his black eyes narrowed slightly. You may have 12 more Earth hours, Cax said. Use them wisely. When the transmission ended, Park turned to Dr. Yoon-ji Kim. Will that be enough time? Yes, she said, checking her tablet. The analysis of their shield frequencies is complete. Their weakness is exactly where we thought it would be. They protect against energy weapons, but leave gaps in their kinetic barriers. Admiral Do Hyun Lee's hologram appeared in the command center. His image showed him standing on the bridge of his flagship, hidden in the dark side of the moon. All ships report ready, the Admiral said. The enemy still hasn't detected us. Their scans pass right through our new stealth systems. Park nodded. Earth's ships had been coated with a special material that Dr. Kim had developed. It made them almost invisible to alien sensors. The aliens saw only what they expected to see, a few primitive defense satellites. In another part of the complex, Captain Mayra Choi ran final checks on the determination systems. Her crew worked quietly, making sure everything was perfect. The massive ship waited inside its asteroid hiding place, its weapons loaded with special ammunition designed to bypass alien shields. All systems green, she reported through the secure channel. The other ships report the same. We can launch at any time. Lieutenant Jai Ho Kang's voice came next. Commander, I've finished mapping their command structure. They're overconfident. They don't encrypt their routine communications. I can tell you exactly where each ship will be and what it will do. Park smiled slightly. The aliens thought they were dealing with a primitive species. They didn't bother hiding their movements or protecting their communications. It would cost them dearly. Dr. Kim called everyone to a final briefing. She displayed a 3D map showing the alien fleet's positions. They've arranged their ships in a standard attack formation, she explained. But look here. She pointed to small gaps between the ships. These spaces are perfect for our plan. They think the gaps are too small for any real ships to use. They don't know about our new drive systems. Admiral Lee's hologram nodded. My fleet can slip through those gaps easily. They won't know we're there until it's too late. The hours passed slowly. Earth's defenders used every minute to refine their plans. In cities across the planet, people waited nervously. Many could see the alien ships hanging in the sky like dark stars. The aliens watched too, but they saw only what they expected to see. They saw humans arguing in their council chambers. They saw primitive satellites moving in predictable patterns. They saw a planet that was about to surrender. They didn't see the 12 advanced warships hiding near the moon. They didn't see the new weapons waiting inside innocent-looking asteroids. They didn't see the determination in every human defender's eyes. Commander Park stood at his window again, looking up at the alien ships. In a few hours, those ships would learn an important lesson. Never judge a species by its apparent technology. Judge it by how well it can keep a secret. And humanity had kept its secrets very well indeed. High Overseer Cax grew impatient. The humans had used 8 of their 12 extra hours, and still they debated. His commanders urged him to act, to show Earth what happened to those who delayed too long. A warning strike, he decided. Target their smallest military base in the northern cold region. Show them our power. The alien ship moved into position above the Arctic Circle. Its weapons powered up, creating a green glow in the dark sky. On Earth's surface, a small military installation sat in the snow. It looked defenseless. Lieutenant Jai Ho Kang saw the alien ship moving. Commander Park, they're targeting the Arctic Research Station. Park nodded calmly. Exactly as expected. Captain Choi, is everything ready? Yes, Commander. Captain Mayra Choi replied from her position on the determination. The station's special defenses are active. They look like normal weather research equipment to their scans. The alien ship fired its main weapon. A bright green beam of energy shot toward the Arctic station. Everyone in Earth's command center watched silently. The beam never reached its target. Instead, it hit an invisible barrier and split into thousands of smaller beams. These beams were caught by hidden collectors around the station. The snow melted around these collectors as they absorbed the alien weapon's energy. In his command ship, Cax stood up in shock. Impossible. Scan that installation again. The alien scans showed more now. The weather equipment was transforming. Hidden panels opened. Energy collectors rose from the snow. The small Arctic station was revealing its true nature. Sir, an alien officer reported, the station is using our own weapon's energy to power up its defenses. Dr. Yoon-ji Kim smiled as she watched the energy readings. The collectors are working perfectly. Each hit from their weapons only makes our defenses stronger. The alien ship fired again. And again. Each shot was absorbed. Each blast made the station's shields brighter. The snow around the base had completely melted now, revealing more hidden technology. Impossible, Cax said again. Their technology level. We were wrong. Commander Park opened a channel to the alien ship. High Overseer Cax. Your warning shot has been noted. Would you like to see our response? Before Cax could answer, Captain Choi gave the order. The Arctic Station's collectors released their stored energy. A bright blue beam shot upward. It wasn't aimed at the alien ship. Instead, it hit a small, hidden satellite. The satellite caught the beam and split it into 12 smaller beams. These beams hit 12 more hidden satellites. Within seconds, a net of energy covered that section of the sky. The alien ship tried to move. Too late. The energy net tightened. Their advanced shields flickered and failed against this unexpected attack. This is impossible, Cax said once more. You're supposed to be primitive. You're supposed to be easy to control. I'm afraid you were misinformed, Commander Park replied calmly. Perhaps now would be a good time to discuss better terms for our relationship with the Galactic Confederation. The alien ship hung powerless in the energy net. In the command center, Earth's defenders allowed themselves small smiles. Phase 1 of their plan had worked perfectly. The real battle hadn't even started yet. The news spread quickly through the alien fleet. Their most advanced warship was trapped in a web of energy, powerless. High Overseer Cax had gone silent, refusing to respond to Earth's messages. In Earth's command center, Dr. Yoon-ji Kim studied the data from the Arctic battle. Their shields failed exactly as we predicted, she told Commander Park. They never considered that we might use their own energy against them. Lieutenant Je-ho Kang's computers were busy analyzing the alien fleet's reactions. They're changing formation, he reported, moving to surround the Arctic station. But their movements are slow, uncertain. They've lost confidence. Commander Park nodded. The plan was working. Show strength in one place, make the enemy focus there, while preparing to strike somewhere else. Admiral Do Hyun Lee's voice came through the secure channel. The fleet is ready, Commander. The aliens are so focused on the Arctic that they've left gaps in their defense line. Very good, Park replied. Captain Choi, is the determination in position? Yes, Commander, came the calm response. All 12 ships are ready. The aliens still can't detect us through our stealth systems. The alien fleet moved closer to Earth. Their weapons charged, creating an eerie green glow in the sky. They prepared to attack the Arctic station with overwhelming force. That's when Lieutenant Kang saw something in their communications. Commander, they're calling for help, sending signals to other Confederation fleets. Dr. Kim rushed to check her instruments. The signals are being sent through some kind of faster-than-light system. But look at this, she pointed to her screen. Their FTL communications used the same frequency as their shields. Park understood immediately. Every call for help weakened their defenses a little more. Let them call, he ordered. Every message makes them more vulnerable. In space, the alien fleet pressed closer to Earth. They launched their attack on the Arctic station, firing hundreds of energy beams at once. The station's collectors glowed bright blue as they absorbed the massive attack. But this time, Earth didn't just defend. As the aliens focused all their attention on the station, Admiral Lee gave his order. All ships, execute Operation Shadow Strike. 12 Earth battleships appeared from behind the moon. Their black hulls absorbed light, making them look like moving pieces of space. They slipped through the gaps in the alien formation, completely unnoticed. The determination led the attack. Captain Choi's voice was steady as she gave the command. All ships, launch kinetic strikers. Target their communication arrays. Small, simple projectiles shot from Earth's ships. They moved at incredible speeds, passing straight through the aliens' energy shields. Across the enemy fleet, communication towers shattered. The alien ships went silent, cut off from each other, unable to coordinate their actions. High Overseer Cax finally responded to Earth's transmissions. His silver face showed emotion for the first time. Fear. How? He demanded. How did you hide such technology from us? Commander Park's response was simple. We learned from history. Every empire that underestimated humanity has regretted it. Perhaps it's time for the Confederation to learn this lesson as well. The real battle was about to begin. And now, the aliens knew they weren't facing a primitive species. They were facing humanity at its most dangerous. Prepared, united, and fighting for its freedom. Commander Park watched as Earth's ships moved into their final positions. The alien fleet had broken into smaller groups, trying to protect themselves now that they couldn't communicate with each other. All defense stations report ready, Lieutenant Jeho Kang announced. The energy collectors are at full capacity. Captain Meira Choi's voice came through next. Determination and all sister ships in position. Weapons locked on target. Admiral Do Hyun-lee added, main fleet ready to begin Phase 3. Park looked at Dr. Yoon-ji Kim. She nodded. Their shields are still weakened from all their distress calls. They won't expect what's coming next. The commander stood up straight. The time for hiding their strength was over. Begin Operation Thunderfall, he ordered. Across Earth's surface, hidden doors opened in mountains and deserts. Launch platforms rose from the ocean. What the aliens thought were simple communications towers transformed into weapon platforms. On the Determination's bridge, Captain Choi gave the order. Launch the drones. Thousands of small, unmanned craft poured out of Earth's ships. They were simple machines, barely more than guided missiles, but they carried a special surprise. The aliens are responding, Kang reported. They're targeting the drones with their energy weapons. That was exactly what Earth wanted. Each drone carried a mirror-like surface. When the alien energy beams hit them, the drones didn't explode. Instead, they reflected the energy back at the alien ships. The space around Earth lit up with green fire as the aliens' own weapons turned against them. Their shields, already weakened, couldn't handle their own reflected energy. Now, Admiral, Park commanded. Admiral Lee's fleet emerged from their hiding places. Earth's ships were smaller than the alien vessels, but they moved with perfect coordination. They targeted the gaps in the alien shields, firing simple metal projectiles at incredible speeds. The alien ships tried to fight back, but Earth had studied their tactics too well. When they tried to regroup, they found Earth's energy nets waiting for them. When they tried to call for help, their signals only made their shields weaker. On his command ship, High Overseer Cax watched in horror as his fleet fell into chaos. Impossible, he said again. Your weapons are so simple. Your ships are so basic. How are you beating us? Because you never understood us, Commander Park replied. You saw our old satellites and thought we were primitive. You saw our simple weapons and thought we were weak. You never asked why we kept such old technology in space while hiding our real strength. The battle continued. Earth's ships moved like dancers between the larger alien vessels. The drones kept reflecting enemy fire back at them. The defense stations absorbed energy and turned it into shields. We learned from every war in our history, Park continued. We learned that the best weapon isn't always the biggest or most advanced. Sometimes, the best weapon is convincing your enemy that you're weaker than you really are. Dr. Kim's voice cut in. Commander, their fleet is falling back. They're trying to retreat. Park nodded. Let them go. But first, make sure they understand one thing. He opened a channel to all alien ships. Earth is not your colony. Earth is not your resource. Earth is humanity's home, and we will always defend it. The alien ships fled, leaving their trapped command ship behind. They had come expecting an easy victory over a primitive world. They left knowing they had awakened something far more dangerous, humanity's full strength. Captain Meira Choi stood on the bridge of the Determination, watching the retreating alien ships. But she knew the battle wasn't over. The largest alien ships were still in orbit, including High Overseer Cax's command vessel. They're regrouping, Lieutenant Jeho Kang reported from Earth's command center. The remaining ships are forming a new battle line. Admiral Do Hyun-lee's voice came through the communication system. They're preparing for a final attack. All ships, move to defensive positions. The alien ships that remained were the strongest in their fleet. They had better shields and stronger weapons. These were the ships that had destroyed other worlds that fought back. All ships, report status. Commander Park ordered. Determination. Ready, Captain Choi responded. Lightning. Ready, came another voice. Thunder. Ready. Storm. Ready. One by one, all 12 of Earth's hidden ships reported in. They had taken some damage, but every ship was still fighting. Dr. Yoon-ji Kim studied her readings carefully. The alien ships are changing their shield frequencies. They're trying to adapt to our attacks. But humanity had planned for this too. Launch Phase 4, Commander Park ordered. Around the Earth, thousands of small satellites activated. They had been disguised as space junk, looking like broken parts from old rockets. Now they revealed their true purpose. Each satellite created a small energy field. These fields connected, forming a web around the planet. When the alien ships fired their weapons, the web caught their energy and sent it through the network of satellites. Energy web at full power, Dr. Kim reported, ready to begin the final phase. The alien ships opened fire. Their green energy beams were more powerful than before, but instead of hitting Earth or its ships, the beams were caught in the energy web. Now, Commander Park ordered. Captain Choi pressed a button on her command console. The Determination's special weapon activated. The other 11 ships did the same. 12 beams of blue light shot out, connecting with the energy web. The web began to glow brighter and brighter. It was using the aliens' own weapon energy, combined with Earth's technology, to create something new. What are you doing? High Overseer Cax demanded over the communication channel. Showing you why you should have asked questions before making threats, Commander Park replied. Earth has been studying energy weapons for decades. We just didn't use them until we knew how to use them right. The energy web pulsed. Waves of combined alien and human energy swept across space. Where they touched the alien ships, shields failed. Weapons stopped working. The mighty vessels of the Galactic Confederation hung powerless in space. Lieutenant Kane's voice was filled with pride. All enemy ships disabled, Commander. Their technology wasn't ready for their own energy to be used against them. On the main screen, High Overseer Cax stood in his darkened command center. The mighty leader of the Confederation looked shocked. How? He asked. You were supposed to be primitive, easy to control. How did you do this? Commander Park's answer was simple. Because we are human, and humans have learned through thousands of years of history. The most dangerous enemy is the one you underestimate. The battle was over. Humanity had taken its stand, and the galaxy would never be the same. 1 month after the battle, Commander Park stood in the newly built Galactic Embassy in Geneva. The room was filled with representatives from Earth and various alien worlds. High Overseer Cax sat across the table, looking much less impressive than he had during his first appearance. The terms are simple, Dr. Yoon-ji Kim said, presenting the new treaty. Earth will join the Galactic Confederation, but as an equal member, not a subject world. We will share some of our technology, and you will share some of yours. Cax looked at the treaty, then at the Earth representatives. You must understand, he said quietly, this has never happened before. No world has ever defeated us this way. That's why we're offering friendship instead of demanding surrender, Commander Park replied. Humanity doesn't want enemies. We want allies, partners. But we will never accept being controlled. In orbit above Earth, Captain Mireille Choi supervised the cleanup operation. Her ship, the Determination, led the effort to clear away the debris from the battle. Some of the disabled alien ships were being studied. Others were being repaired to return home. Another ship requesting permission to land, reported Lieutenant Ji-ho Kang from the control center. This one's from the Centauri Alliance. They want to open diplomatic relations. News of Earth's victory had spread quickly through the galaxy. Other alien civilizations, hearing how a supposedly primitive world had defeated the mighty Confederation, were eager to learn more about humanity. Admiral Do Hyunbli's fleet now patrolled openly in space. The advanced ships no longer needed to hide. 3 more diplomatic vessels approaching, he reported, all following proper protocols. In the Geneva conference room, Cax finally signed the treaty. As he put down the pen, he looked at Commander Park. "There's one thing I still don't understand," he said. "You could have destroyed our ships, taken revenge for our threats. Why didn't you?" Park smiled slightly. "Because that's not who we are. Humanity has fought many wars, yes. We've learned to defend ourselves, to be strong. But we've also learned something more important. The strongest civilizations are the ones that know when to stop fighting and start talking." Dr. Kim added her own thoughts. "Your scientists thought Earth was primitive because we still had old satellites in orbit. But those satellites taught us something valuable. They taught us that technology doesn't have to be new to be useful, that simple things can solve complex problems." The treaty signing made headlines across Earth and throughout the galaxy. But in the years that followed, something interesting happened. The alien leaders who had been part of the attempted invasion never spoke about the details of that day. They never explained how their mighty fleet had been defeated by a world they thought was primitive. Perhaps they were embarrassed. Perhaps they were afraid other worlds would learn from Earth's example. Or perhaps they had learned a lesson that every human child knew from history books. Never judge an entire species by what they choose to show you. In his office at Earth Defense Command, Commander Park looked at the stars through his window. The same stars that had once seemed to hold threats now offered possibilities. Humanity had taken its stand. Now it was time to take its place among the stars. And if anyone ever again mistook humanity's patience for weakness, well, the determination and its sister ships would be ready.